Hey there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you on a Tuesday. We're all talking about warmth. You probably felt it. Yesterday we didn't really experience this. We had the clouds around and it was still cooler for the most part. But now the sun came out and things are really warming up. Today we worked our way into the 60s after some morning fog. It got pretty warm, and this is just kind of an appetizer. So as we go throughout the rest of the week, more warmth is on the way, and that's something that you can plan on to really be sticking around all the way through about Saturday. Winter, not over though. It's on a bit of a break. This is a temporary break, not a permanent one. So, once we get to the second half of the weekend, Sunday, then into Monday, that's when things will start to cool down and go back to normal for a while. Let's get right to it here. Temperatures, even at this late hour of 6:30, pretty comfortable, hovering in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. So no huge complaints, I'm sure. It's just nice and cozy at the moment. Looking at some of the numbers for today across the area, let's take a look at this. So our high temperature did get up to 63 for this afternoon. Now the averages for this time of year are about 49 for the high. The average low is 30. And when we talk about, excuse the graphic there, when we talk about the coldest time of the year, we really should be talking about January, because this is the time of the winter season when we typically have our coldest weather. January is our coldest month overall. And this is, a little bit of a break from normal. So it's a little bit of a break from when we typically would have our chilliest air. The averages throughout this time of year go like this. The average high right now, about 49 degrees. It stays that way through about the 15th or so. And then we start to slowly but surely gain back some of that warmth. Now, that's all just the way that it works out in averages. Averages aren't weather. They're just data that has happened in the past. And they're made up of warm-ups and cool-downs, and then you average them out, and that's what you get. So, in other words, let's look at today's weather and tomorrow's weather too. So this is where we were this afternoon. I would expect tomorrow to be a lot warmer than this. But one thing that Wednesday will have that we also had earlier today is some fog. So there likely will be some fog early tomorrow morning. I would expect that maybe not to be quite as intense as it was earlier today, but there will be some of this around the area. So early tomorrow morning, do be on the lookout for some fog. Allow a little extra time, a little space between you and the cars ahead of you. You know what to do. I'm just letting you know that could be a factor. Now, it won't last forever, okay? Once we go throughout the daytime, we'll clear out pretty nicely. And like I said, high temperatures tomorrow, getting close to 70 degrees. I believe it. I think it's a possibility that we could be right there in the 70s for tomorrow. Now, this is our computer model data. I tend to think 68 to 69 for the high, but wherever we end up, this is record territory. The record for tomorrow afternoon is 71 degrees, set back in 1982. So we'll at least be close to that. Question of how close or not, but it will be a close call for your Wednesday afternoon. So let's keep an eye on that together. The overall weather pattern is this. We have a little bit of a weak nothing front kind of coming our way. This isn't going to do much of anything that you notice for tomorrow. We'll stay pretty quiet. High pressure edging in from the north. What that'll do for Thursday, it should take the edge off a little bit, just a few degrees cooler, mid-60s for Thursday afternoon. Now, going forward after that, we have that next warm front moving our way from Tennessee. There's humidity with that one, there's warmth with that one, and there will be the potential of rain with it as well. So we're staying with the warmth all the way through Saturday, but there is going to be some potential having some rain. So there's no rain in the forecast for the next several days, but once you get toward the weekend, that's when we have to start watching, or at least looking at the possibility of some rainfall. The rain should be heavier in Tennessee, but for our area, I would expect at least a couple of hours that we're dealing with some rainfall, especially on Saturday. So let's kind of keep an eye on that together. Here's what one of our forecast models is saying. A little bit of rain possible Saturday morning. Can't rule that out. I think the afternoon into into Saturday afternoon and evening, have a better chance of rain than Saturday morning. That's when the cold front will be moving through. And you can see that on this model. You see the wind shift? These winds are coming in out of the west. These are coming in out of the south. That's the idea behind a pretty strong cold front. Now, a lot of things going on Saturday, maybe outdoor activities or plans. We have, of course, the Panthers playoff game, the first one in forever, it seems. This could be impacted by some rain, maybe even thunder. There's enough warmth here that we might have to deal with some thunder during the afternoon and the evening hours. So we'll keep an eye on that. Once that front blows on through, the weekend forecast is a two-parter. Saturday, warm, humid, rain possible every now and again, but going into Sunday, that's when we're just back to some typical January-like weather. Chilly air moving our way, 40s for Sunday morning, 50s for Sunday afternoon. And that chill, it's likely to stick around for a little while. So when we talk about, kind of the roller coaster or whatever, you are seeing a big ridge, a big bump in the jet stream for Saturday. So that's your warm up through the end of the week. But once we get beyond that, notice we start to see some dips in the jet stream yet again. And if we really go long range, the longer range trend isn't for warmth. It's actually for chill and cool downs. So something we'll have to keep an eye on as we get, let's say, closer to MLK weekend, is that the cooler weather is punching back. So if you think January is just going to roll over and play dead, forget it. That's not the case at all. Back to the here and now. Do watch out for a little bit of fog, possible early tomorrow morning. That is something you'll want to watch out for. Otherwise, we have ourselves a pretty nice day. It'll be a warm day, right around 69 for tomorrow afternoon. Mid-60s with us Thursday, upper 60s for Friday into Saturday. And again, the main chance for rain there would be on Saturday. Only a couple of hours. I don't see this being an all-day type of thing, but Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, that has the best chance of seeing a little bit of that rainfall in our area. After that, we're back to winter. Nothing too crazy, but I do see low 50s and upper 40s and morning lows that'll be back below freezing yet again. So that's a look at your extended forecast. Lots going on in the weather world. We have a couple weather anniversaries to talk about today. We'll be back with that and more in just a couple minutes.